Well, hello, I'm Paul.
I'm Jason.
And together we are
Those Vegan Guys.
But most of you probably already know that.
Sometimes I want to go like really, really loud and long, like Those Vegan. Anyway, I won't do that.
Like a UFC.
A bit like that, yeah. I hadn't made the link.
So who have we got here tonight?
Lindsay's Vegan Life.
Hi, Lindsay.
Ray here.
Just sat down. Crazy day trying to find babe milk and nappies for my granddaughter. So your hand waiting. It's ridiculous, isn't it? People are kind of panic buying. We don't get the loo roll thing.
You don't get that.
Because coronavirus symptoms don't include anything to do with the digestive system.
And we'll say hello, before it gets silly, which it has the last few lives, we'll say hello to Nikki T, to Ben, to Abigail, to Michael, the Narrowboat crew, Nicola, Sharon, Catherine, Susie, Muddy Paws. Thank you all for joining us this fine Saturday evening on YouTube for our regular Q&A. It's been 2 weeks, give or take, since our last live. And as we were just chatting about before, we had said that we would be making an effort to do a weekly live. So that will be on the cards for the foreseeable future. And I am making that promise.
It might be on a random night, not necessarily on a weekend, might be on a Monday, might be on a weekend, but we will endeavour to do a live a week, because even it's important for us as well just to stay connected with everybody and to, you know, to keep up to date and to just have some natural, normal face-to-face time with you all. Face to watch time, you know, rather than editing it and everything. However, has to be said, and you need to listen to this, it's very important. We've just upgraded our editing software.
Oh, yeah. I've not even looked at it yet.
He's not even looked at it yet. And I know what he's like. When he does, it's going to make him very happy.
I'm probably going to look at it tomorrow.
All of the things that are available to us now. So, it just means...
it means we've got lots more options in terms of music, and lots of other fancy graphics and things that we can use in our video editing through Filmora, which is the program that we use. So that's pretty cool. So very happy about that. Narrowboat crew, we would be happy for you to share the link, but I don't think you can on the live chat, unfortunately.
You try, but I don't actually think it works unless they've changed the system recently. However, you can put it in the comments after the video's ended, because after the video's ended, the normal comments underneath the video open up.
Yes.
So
Susie says, I believe people are buying loo rolls because they are self-isolating, so can't go out. Which is understandable and fair enough, but there's people that are buying like 50, 60 rolls of toilet roll, which is...
It's very upsetting when you see pictures of like pensioners staring at empty shelves of toilet roll. You know, they might only be able to get to the shop once a week or a fortnight themselves.
So, elephant in the room, let's talk about it and let's get it out of the way so we can carry on with the rest of the live chat.
Oh, hey, Headrider, hey, Bo BR, fabulous moderators. Please respect them or they'll bang your ass.
Yeah, damn right. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, and more importantly, let's just check in. Is everyone doing okay? Is everyone managed to not panic buy, but just maybe stock up on a few essentials? Is everybody washing their hands, following Paul's fabulous vlog the other day? And of course, the sound advice.
Do you know why I did that vlog mainly?
Go on.
Because I was so appalled. That's why I included the Boris Johnson.
Of course.
Well, have I ever included a Boris Johnson clip in any of my vlogs ever? And I've wanted to, just to kind of, you know, but I've thought, no, I'm not. But with watching him wash his hands on TV as the leader of our country, I just thought, Paul, do a video with some sound advice, please, to combat this numpty.
When I saw it, I was literally stunned, which it's surprising that I was stunned by it, because I shouldn't be really, but unfortunately. Yes. So I hope you're all doing well. Trying times at the moment. I saw a funny meme that somebody had shared on Facebook today with a couple of old ladies sat on the sofas in front of a television. And it was something, I'm paraphrasing slightly, but it was something along the lines of, oh, I do miss Brexit. Because, you know, we've kind of gone from one thing to another.
However, we were talking about this the other night as well. Don't you think that we've all gone from a state of 3 years of grief and anger to be immediately followed by terrible concern? It's like, okay, country, can you give me mental health a break, please?
Perpetual mourning, not perpetual mourning, perpetual mourning. That's what it feels like sometimes. But I'm glad people are well and healthy and doing okay. Kat, hi guys, all happy in our house. Hope everyone here is okay. Yes. Nicola. Yeah. Appalled by the crazy selfish people. Indeed.
Just for the record, by the way, if any of you have parents that read the Daily Mail, can you make sure that they're aware of what the actual symptoms of coronavirus are, just so that they keep a check on themselves? Because I went into my mother's this evening and she was coughing, so I stood about 10 feet away from her and said, that's one of the main signs of, my main symptoms of coronavirus, cough or a hot temperature. And she just shook her head. And I said, we had quite the discussion about it. She said, I've been paying attention to the doctor, and vaguely gestured at the Daily Mail at the side of her. And I just said, Joan, please don't. Not with this. It's coughing and a high temperature, a new and constant cough and or a high temperature. The two main symptoms. Make sure your parents and your grandparents know, especially the Daily Mail readers, please.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of sensible videos out there, and there's a lot of sensible information that's out there, but also a lot of panic stuff going on as well. I think we need to keep our heads and look out for each other. And Abigail has said it there, similar to what you've been saying, Paul. I got slightly mad this week when I had to argue with a mutual on Facebook and tell them that the coronavirus is a separate issue to the common flu. I think we've got a proportion of the population that are trying to downplay it, perhaps because of their own subconscious fears around it. So the kind of stiff upper lip thing is, that kind of northern way is to kind of brush things off. But I think it's important to be prepared, know the facts, and look out for each other.
Thank you, Kat, for the compliment on my mug. I actually bought these when I was hosting the TV show on That's Manchester. It was quite a plain set. It was like a semicircle blue sofa and a small round white coffee table. So I bought a glittery pot high heel with flowers coming out of it for the middle of the coffee table, these cups to make my guests hot drinks in, and a nice glass jug and beautiful glasses for water, just so we had some visuals there. And then, of course, when they got rid of me because I was truthful about Theresa May, I brought them home. I bought them. They're mine.
Damn right. Hi, Bella. Thanks for joining us. Chase, I've kind of been a little bit like that myself. It was like, I've kind of been dealing with a bit of a cold, but it was nothing serious. But it does kind of make you think twice, doesn't it? It's like, Paul mentioned it before about kind of when you've got a cold, it's not the virus, obviously. But you're aware that you've got perhaps a slightly weakened immune system. So it kind of makes you a little bit wary at the same time. It's just being smart in it. We've all got to just be a little bit smart and a little bit sensible and not get too hysterical at the same time. Society WTF, yes. Well, that's a rabbit hole to go down, isn't it, with all wet markets and all that malarkey.
Well, it's been every major kind of, every major coronavirus. That's the nature of the name, isn't it? They come from animals. SARS, foot and mouth, CJD.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. John, thank you for joining us. John's available to wipe anything if required, which is very nice of you to offer that, John, your services. You're just a very giving soul, aren't you? Which is lovely, just lovely. Hi, Johnny Chaos, thanks for joining us. Deneen, I think I've already said hello, Deneen, but if I missed you, if we missed you, thanks for joining us. Ah, is it Annie? Anij1? Anij1? Hello from Sweden. Hello, thank you for joining us.
Hello there, lovely Sweden. What are your plans for the weekend? Are you asking us, Abigail?
Or everyone?
For it is Saturday night already, so the weekend's almost over. However, you've got Monday off work, haven't you?
I have Monday off work, which is great.
Nice long weekend this weekend, and from April, that will be the case, won't it?
Yeah, which actually nicely links us in to something I'd like to bring back from our last live video. And it kind of follows on from the conversation we've just had. With all of the doom and gloom that's going on, I think it's really important for us to try to focus on positive things and to share positivity. So one of the things that is really positive for me at the moment is that I finally got to the point where I'm going to be reducing my hours at work. I'm only actually reducing my hours by 6. I'm going from 36 hours down to 30. But what that actually means in real terms is I can actually work 4 days as opposed to 5 days. So that'll be kicking in from next month. So that's a real positive for me. So what I wanted to do is encourage other people, everybody, all 104 people that are watching right now.
Oh wow, I didn't even realise.
And give us a like if you're enjoying the video, by the way.
Oh yes, please give us a like. You just have to shut the chat window, like the video, and then reopen the chat window and all the chat will still be there. But it just helps more people to see the video. So if you are watching and enjoying, we would love a like from you.
So sharing something positive or something good that has happened to you or that you've experienced over the last 2 weeks, despite everything else that's going on, because there must be some joy or some positivity that we can all share. So that's my little share of a positive thing that I've managed to get sorted over the last couple of weeks. Yes, vivid dreams, because it makes us all feel better. It really does. And it was really nice to see people's positivity and their shares. Last time we did our live video, and I was like, oh, we should do this every time we do a live, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Yeah, that's always a good one, Johnny. Yeah, and let's hope it ends forever. It keeps rearing its ugly head though, doesn't it, unfortunately?
Well, they keep lying, don't they? They say that they're doing, they're called trail hunts, where they just use a scent.
Yeah.
Then, oh, buggeration, there was a fox in the way, and we couldn't stop the hounds.
Susie says, Susie, I've sold my house. That's
Hey!
Cool. Excellent.
Well, hopefully you wanted to.
I'm guessing so, yeah. Adventures of Kate, morning from New Zealand, having a lovely vegan English breakfast with my mum. I started my new job this week after leaving my old job last week, and I feel so much less stressed and anxious.
Oh, good.
Amazing. And thank you for sharing. That sounds bloody lovely, all of that.
We're at the start of the main seed sowing month, so I've been doing that. Lots of homegrown veg soon. Yeah, we need to add. We do need to have a trip to Tesco soon because I want those hanging baskets. I was asking Edrider about them, and I might get them all.
Imagine, with everybody emptying all the shelves at Tesco's, hanging baskets are probably still there, to be fair. I don't think that would have been people's priority. But who knows? Who knows?
Who knows the secret?
Evie, sorted out my uni offers and I'm hopefully moving to Manchester in September. Yay! Manchester's an awesome city.
Oh, it really is, actually.
That's brilliant.
I mean, it's like every other city. It's got its problems and you still have to be careful in Manchester, but the choice of vegan eateries and the nightlife. So, yeah. Oh, Susie, I'm quite jealous of you moving to Buckley. You used to live there for 2 years. Oh, you loved it. Oh,
Bella, nice one. Good luck on the journey. Good luck on the journey. Lots of stuff on our channel, obviously, to help you along the way. And lots of other fabulous people within this community. It's not just us two on our YouTube channel, but actually the vast majority of our subscribers are always really, really helpful as well. And of course, that vegan group on Facebook A fabulous little community there that's growing of people that are just really happy to help others, which is lovely to see.
So we've got Lovely Bella's gone vegetarian, trying to go vegan, fantastic. Acacia O'Donnell went vegan for Lent and is loving it so much. She's going to carry on. Our channel's been a massive help. Yay! Thank you so much, Acacia. For Flemfest, I went to Manchester back in November to see Banks. First time I tried apple smoked vegan cheese. So it was a great time. To see Banks? What's that? Banks?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Might be a band we don't know about.
We're not down with the kids anymore, are we?
No, not really. What are your top 3 vegan spots in Manchester?
Good question. Earth Cafe.
Earth Cafe, number 1. Underneath the Buddy Centre. Really good, wholesome, tasty, nutritious food. And well priced.
Yeah. Great place.
Although I don't go enough, I would say 8th Day.
8th Day is great.
8th Day is great because it's a fabulous cafe underneath and a shop on the ground level. And I love that. I love that mix of being able to go and eat and have lunch and pick a few bits up while you're there. And it's right near the uni. Ooh, where else?
3rd one. Gotta give V-Rev a shout out.
Yeah, V-Rev.
V-Revs. They're great.
American style diner.
Banks, she's an artist. I reckon you'd appreciate her energy, the Flemfest says. And Head Rider is having guitar lessons, finally. Yay! Love that. Amazing. Loving the positive stuff.
Who was that then who said, I like to watch your videos even though I'm not vegan? Karen.
Karen from home.
What does my t-shirt say, Karen? Huh? About you?
It's funny. It's funny. I take it as a compliment that people can come on to a live or come on and get involved with our stuff who aren't vegan, that enjoy. It's really nice to hear that you enjoy the content that we put out, because it is kind of down to earth veganism, and it is kind of designed to be universal to a certain extent. It's really nice that that happens.
That's very nice, Effie. Effie got to do some work last night, basically telling the people that their test results for COVID were negative.
Nice. That's really good, actually. Yeah. That's really nice. Yeah.
You have got to try the new Violife Epic Mature Cheese. I can't wait to. Where did you get it from? Because I'm not sure where it's being sold at the moment. But yeah, definitely. Although I'm not a lover of the texture of Violife. I was never a waxy cheese liker. You know, more either a creamy or a crumbly than a kind of waxy. But I don't mind a bit of Violife.
Beverly has booked to see Sister Act in November with the boys. Fabulous. That's amazing. We haven't, Christine, as yet. We haven't, but we will no doubt get in there at some point. I actually was on my way back from an event with work the other day and saw the sandwich board, the A-frame, outside Affleck's with a couple of options on there. Prices looked really good, sounded good.
Christine, no, and it's really funny actually. It's we kind of felt like we were already loyal to eating venues and rarely eat out anyway, to be honest. So we never even went, even when John and Gina were still there, and they're good friends of ours. The 3 Minute Theatre was a very important place for us. I don't think I wanted to eat in there. I think that's what it was. Because to me, it was a theatre. It was a performance space. You know what I mean? So yeah, I never did.
That's an interesting point, actually. I think even on, like, maybe on a subconscious level, there was some inbuilt thing there. It was like, this is a theatre, and that's how we've always experienced that space.
Yeah, so it felt a bit weird, and yeah, just never made the effort to. But we should go at some point, especially because now it's no longer 3MT, is it?
It's just an eatery now.
It's just an eatery, so
yeah,
maybe we should go at some point.
Oh, Hedge, my mum is coming to visit in 2 weeks if the boat is still sailing. Good stuff.
Oh, Johnny, apparently there's loads of stuff in that little Asdrunalling Road. We should have a look in that at some point. I know that they have Applewood in there.
Yeah.
because Johnny's got it a few times from there. My mum's coming to visit in 2 weeks. Oh, just what you just read, sorry.
So yeah, somebody said, what are our plans for the weekend?
Oh, John, I saw them, but they were £6 and £8. And although I'd probably treat myself to something like that at Christmas, but I doubt I would ever talk about something that expensive on the channel because it wouldn't feel genuine. Because most people would be like, I'm paying £6 or £8 for cheese. But even I would at Christmas.
Yeah, special treat, special occasion, definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, I saw his post about them. Very interesting.
Definitely. Yeah, I think it was the same cheese that turned up on episode 3 of Dirty Vegan.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, which did look lush, it has to be said. But I wasn't a fan of the blue cheeses, which was kind of the one that everyone got excited about with the kind of vein running through it. I wasn't keen on blue cheese before I went vegan, so I don't think I'd be that keen on trying it, to be fair. Although I probably would if somebody was like, here, try this.
Oh, thank you, Aunt Todd. That's lovely, and I'm glad we've helped.
Always nice. Always nice. So this weekend, probably not going to be the most exciting on our side, but will be fun because I'm going to have a bit of downtime tomorrow. I'm going to take some time to have a look at the new stuff that we can access through our video editing software, which is really exciting. After our live tonight, I think we're going to have a glass of wine and watch Terminator Dark Salvation.
What's it called?
Dark
The
Return.
newest Terminator film.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do this evening, and then I'm off work on Monday. So who knows? But I should imagine that over the next 48 hours, there's probably going to be a vlog or two, quite possibly, or at least one that we'll be working on to get uploaded and edited. So yeah, that's kind of our weekend, really, all told. Rosemary, you can do vegan on the cheap.
Yeah, Rosemary, there's even when you're really short of money, and we all go through it, all of us go through it. If you've got enough money to buy food, you've got enough money to buy vegan food.
Thank you, Bella.
That's definitely a fact. If you can afford vegetarian food, you can afford vegan food. Vegan food is just as cheap, in some cases cheaper. Don't forget our shopping vlogs. We show you all the cheap things in all the supermarkets and the bulk buys as well, you know, pastas and rices and those wonky veg boxes you can get from supermarkets and stuff like that.
Oh, Abigail, I feel your pain. I'd like to say that the same has happened to us, but as some of you may have seen the other day, the Chicago town are in Tesco, or were in Tesco, reduced to $2.50. So yeah, but whether there's any left now, who can say?
Ian and Andrew, Aldi bacon and mushroom pizza. Oh my god, we're actually really excited about trying it. We've got we've got one in the freezer. When I saw it in Aldi, I was like, we should get one of these, and he was like, well, I'll try it.
Yeah, I have had mushroom on pizza before, so that was why I was kind of like, this isn't going to be a deal breaker by any means, because I love pizza so much. I'm willing to eat pizza even if it's got mushroom on it. So yeah, what's everyone else up to this weekend? Is anyone doing anything nice? Anyone excited about anything that's coming up tomorrow? I know we're kind of halfway through the weekend already. I'm guessing probably quite a lot of people are going to be just kind of having a relaxed weekend, staying at home, trying not to get, caught up in all the panic and the silliness that's ensuing in certain corners of the world.
He won't, Edge. He won't. I've tried the only way I can make him eat pizza, mushroom, is if I chop it up really small and put it in like a chili or a curry or something, and don't even tell him, but he'll probably still notice. But if I do really thick slices of big portobello mushrooms, nice slices of that, and fry until so dark with liquid smoke,
yeah,
that'll eat.
It's not like I hate them.
He doesn't like the texture. He says
I
if
don't like the
snakes
taste.
had ears, they would be mushrooms.
Snake's ears.
Because he's a weirdo.
I am a weirdo. That's how my brain works. Adventures of Kate. I'm planning to move to the UK in the summer and can't wait to try all the vegan alternatives over there. Here in New Zealand, Linda McCartney sausages are the equivalent of £4.
Wow.
Wow. Well, you're going to be.
You can get Linda McCartney sausages here in a shop called Heron for $1.25 constantly, but there's always one of the supermarkets have got them for £1. And you can get a box of 6 Linda McCartney sausage rolls for £1 in Heron, always. And a box of 10 vegetable fingers for £1. This is why we were saying what we were saying before, Rosemary, about
Yeah.
there is no, I'm scared I'll have to be vegetarian again because of lack of money. That's not a real statement.
It's got to be a savvy shopper.
Yeah, because it's as cheap, if not cheaper, to be vegan.
Just seeing a couple of the comments flashing past, I'm glad I'm not the only mushroom detester within the vegan world. In fact, I know there's quite a lot of vegans out there that don't like mushrooms, so I'm not the only one.
Vivid Drews crosses him out. Yes, but Vivid, do they remind you of snake's ears? I bet not. Have a quick chat about Picard. I'm having a couple of drags on this, I'm sorry.
Tom, thank you for joining us, and no apology needed. No apology needed ever. You're here. That's the main thing. Whoa, it's just got. Oh no, it's not. I've just scrolled down too far. Everything just disappeared all of a sudden, just because I'd scrolled down the chat and it carried on scrolling down the page. So I will just momentarily mention, because it is made my heart warm on so many occasions over the last few weeks, and I know it's not going to float everyone's boat, but Patrick Stewart in Picard and the whole bringing back into existence in this world, this troubled world, a bit of Star Trek, is just amazing. And the latest episode on Amazon we watched on last night, and yeah, I know that you will not all, some of you won't even know what I'm talking about, but so I won't waffle on about it too much and bore those that don't know. But suffice to say, for anybody that's into Star Trek, and even for some that aren't, the new series Picard is brilliant. And I'll stay that. And that's all I'll say.
Oh, I hope that gets sorted out soon, Becca, but like you said, safety first. So better that there are no nurseries at the moment. I wish this country would do the same, to be honest.
I think we're heading in that direction, to be fair. I think some schools, colleges, unis have kind of took it upon themselves to do it, rather than kind of listening to the government's advice. They're kind of like, actually, we don't really think that you're making the right decisions, so we're going to make the decisions and close ourselves, which is smart.
Charlotte, we wouldn't normally, we would frown on you mentioning that product, because it's got mozzarella in it, which is from dairy, and dairy is horrific.
Big time.
Incredible abuse to animals. So they could be 10p, and you know, most of us wouldn't care. Jupiter, intrigued by Paul's geometric tattoos on the forearm. Any significance? Are there pictures
or just colours?
No, they are meant to represent semi-precious gemstones. I'm trying to give you a good view. I'll do it this way. Yeah, they're meant to represent semi-precious gemstones, which I have a huge bowl of in the front room. So they're all my favourites: turquoise, amethyst, agate, amber, obsidian. I wanted it to look like I had pieces of semi-precious gemstone embedded into my arm. It turns into a sun at the top.
Sherry. Yeah, Wrath of Khan. It's one of my favourites as well, to be fair. Yeah. Love pretty much all Star Trek. Paul's the same. The one area that we both agree on is that neither of us. I'm not particularly keen on Deep Space Nine. Paul detested Deep Space Nine. I think it's fair to say.
Going well, but Monday gets stepped up, and I'll be vlogging about it. Monday I start on my slim fast for lunch, and step it up a bit, because now the weather's getting a bit better as well. So a bit more walking, you know, just bit more of everything really.
John, a simple answer, no. But if you've got any links, do feel free to send us them on social media, because interested in anything that's kind of, you know, sub Star Trek kind of main stuff, any kind of sideline, you know, short films or you know, anything, even anime to a certain extent, anything Star Trek related, we both love, and we'd probably find time to check it out. So any links, send them our way. Good sir. The Minnesota Norwegian, thank you for joining us. What is your favourite tattoo that you have? That's a good question.
Me would be my totem pole.
Yes, love it. Oh yeah, turn it around a bit more. There you go. That should work now.
Which is me at the top with my mohawk, cats, which have played a massively important part of my life.
I don't know what my favourite tattoo is, to be honest. I'll be honest with you, and it's not, I don't mean for this to sound morbid at all, because to some people I suppose it would be morbid, but a component of my sleeve that I really, really like is my skull stack in between the flames, because of the amount of detail in there. And I'm particularly fond of my skull that has a polo mint eye. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Turn it around.
Which is it's there, you can see it. Right.
I'm turning the wrong way, aren't I?
Right here.
Yes.
This skull right here.
So there you go. That's like a little tribute to the Mighty Boosh. For anybody that's familiar or aware of the Mighty Boosh that might get that little reference.
We like random and irreverent comedy. The Mighty Boosh, Family Guy, American Dad, Big Train years ago.
Yeah. Abigail, yeah, we've been impressed since doing the co-op shopping vlog and the haul. We've been quite impressed with some of the stuff that we've got from the co-op. Really impressed, and I think quite reasonably priced as well, all things considered. So yeah, really, really happy with that stuff.
Oh, I believe we've just answered that question, Sharon. About what we don't really watch a lot of comedy now, do we? We don't necessarily watch any comedy shows now.
I don't think we don't actively seek it out, do we?
No.
But if we come across stuff, so like what's it called? Famous vegan stand-up comic, Ranganathan.
Oh,
is it Ranganathan? Might have got that name wrong.
Indian guy, glasses, beard, did a series with his mum.
And then what's his face who does Travel Man? We love him.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Adwadi, Richard Adwadi.
We kind of watch things that have a comedy.
Ramesh.
Things that have a comedy element to them without actually being comedies.
Yeah, that's fair, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, love Ramesh Ranganathan. Love his kind of style, his kind of blasé. Although not seen his TV series where he travels with his mum, and I've heard him talking about that, and it actually sounds really funny. So that might be what we look for at some point in the future.
Megan, Jason might want to answer this for you from his perspective. But what is your favourite movie or TV show? I did a vlog, which you will find in the Chats and Rants playlist. And you'll be able to see it really clearly because the thumbnail is all made up of DVD covers and book front covers. And it was the movies and music and TV that have made me, that have been a massively important part of my life. That was only part one of that video because there are so many. But that's it. It's an interesting look, and it started an interesting discussion.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, yeah. And I've struggled for so many years. Like, if somebody said to me, "What are your top 5 movies of all time?"
I'll tell you one of your top 5s immediately.
Go on.
Back to the Future, all 3.
Yeah, and that I'd class that as 1. If that's
Oh
fair.
yeah, that's 1.
Count that as
yeah,
1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back to the Future, without a doubt, absolutely love everything about those films. Paul and myself share a very similar passion, although I think Paul is probably slightly peaks me with The Railway Children. Is one of my all-time favourite films. I love it for so many reasons. Always really been into sci-fi and horror, so
Kat, that's fantastic. Give your daughter a big hug from us.
Oh, nice.
And lots of love.
Yes, definitely.
That's amazing.
Event Horizon, that's the one I was looking for. That's another one of my favourites. Oh, you've Googled Picard.
Oh, it's on...
Please do.
It's on Amazon Prime. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's epic.
It's so amazing.
And if you're a fan of Star Trek, and particularly The Next Generation and the films, and you are clued up and aware of the relationship between Picard and Commander Data, the way that Picard talks about Data in this new series is just so beautiful. It's just beautiful. Patrick Stewart is amazing.
Ben, Paul, have you got any plans to release some of your music? And as this is our cat, you have talent.
Ben, don't encourage him.
Yeah, maybe an EP of songs made wrong.
That'd be so epic, to be fair. I say you should do it. You should do it. I'll help you do it.
We've never been able to do it on the channel. Well, we have a couple of times, the Vegan Queens, but in the live shows, I have done a couple of segments of songs made wrong.
It's not really suitable for YouTube, some of them, and I'll say no more. But I think an EP or possibly even a short album of songs made wrong might just be a really hilarious thing to do. Whether it's just you or whether it's the Vegan Queens or however it manifests itself. Oh, Michael, I've not seen it yet. I really wanted to see it. But apparently I heard it had mixed reviews. Not that I pay much attention to reviews. Ad Astra with Brad Pitt.
Oh, hi, Bev. Oh, Bev's not well at the moment. She's self-isolating.
Oh, yeah.
And avoiding going to school and everything. So, yeah, get plenty of rest. Bev, and plenty of fluids. Plenty of rest and plenty of fluids.
I tried then, mods. I tried to help you, but you were too quick for me. And I love that. I love that about how great you all are. Fabulous mods. Thank you so much.
It wasn't horrible, were they?
Sorry.
Were they a horrible person?
No, it was just images.
Oh, all right.
So it was nothing really horrible, but you know. Pride is my favourite LGBT film that comes to mind. Yes.
Oh, it broke my heart, that. First time I saw it. Broke my heart.
It absolutely destroyed us both, didn't it? Yeah, we were both in tears. And then no, I won't talk about right at the end because there might be people who haven't seen it and I don't want spoilers. Yes. So, whilst we were talking before about music and songs made wrong,
Bella, where do you do your weekly shop? Mainly Sainsbury's.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mainly Sainsbury's. However, we don't really do a weekly shop. We do a kind of... Jason will call into the supermarket sometimes daily on his way home from work.
Bits.
You know, so we can get fresh stuff.
Like
fresh on the day.
Yeah, it's convenience more than anything. It's literally like, it's convenient because I'm on my way home and I'm literally passing Sainsbury's. And
besides which, I'm like, I might suddenly get a penchant for, right, I want veg tonight, so I'll text him while I was at work and say, if you're going to Sainsbury's, could you by any chance get a loose cauliflower, a loose broccoli, and some carrots?
But we pop to Aldi sometimes now. We get around a bit. Yeah. Elliot, you simply must, especially if you've got it sitting there on DVD, Find yourself an hour and a half. Sit down.
Oh, it's so
Cracking film.
It's so well cast. It's really well written. It's very honest, and very little of it is dramatized for the film. So it's all based on true stories.
Yeah.
And real people. And it's just beautiful. It's really well done. It's actually, to me, it's a British classic on par with Four Weddings and a Funeral.
Yeah.
It's a completely different film.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Caliber.
It's of that caliber.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. It's amazing. It's heartwarming. It destroys you. It shows the reality, but it also shows the awesomeness that is human beings when they come together and help each other.
John, that's a big question as well. What are your favourite bands or artists? So, right, for me, Barbra Streisand, I'll buy anything she brings out, literally. And I get really emotional when she brings a new album out because I can convince myself every time that it's her last, and she just hasn't said anything yet.
Good evening, Alloy.
But it's very strange because it could be that it's like we heard a song on a TV series the song was called Somebody to Love, and it was on Daybreakers, and I instantly fell in love with the song, googled it, found out it was from a band called Atomic Tom, bought the album, Era, the album that song came from. Might never buy another Atomic Tom album again because it was that song and that album. I listened to all the stuff on other albums and I was like, oh, it's not the same as this. This is so yeah, it can be. And I've just bought Robin's album because of last week's episode of Drag Race. She was on, and because that song that they lip synced, I was like, I love that song, and that was $2.99 on Amazon with free delivery. $2.99 though with free delivery.
There you go. John, my side, could chat for hours about it, to be honest with you, but
Madonna. Sorry.
Madonna, absolutely. I grew up around classical music. I sung in Manchester Cathedral Choir for 5 years as a chorister, so I was surrounded by that for an awful lot of the time. But still very much have an appreciation for all of that stuff, but very much veered away into kind of classic British rock and heavy metal and blues, and sort of started to discover that side of music, Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, bands like that, and then into slightly heavier stuff like Korn, Sepultura, bands like that. But then kind of came out the other side, went into kind of not quite as heavy stuff, Nirvana, Green Day, but throughout all of that, loving classical stuff, loving the Beatles, getting into Sting and the Police.
Sting, Radiohead. These are things we both.
Typo Negative. I'm quite.
We've got very diverse. It's like you introduced me to the darker side of music.
Yeah.
And I introduced you to musical theatre and Streisand.
Yeah.
And we met in the middle and we're like, well, this is lovely.
This is just lovely.
There's a lot to choose from.
Yeah, very, very diverse, eclectic tastes in music, and ever increasing. I'm still surprised when I hear something that I maybe several years ago would have instantly been kind of like, ugh, and I'm like, oh, actually, yeah, I quite like this. So yeah, that's a whistle-stop tour of our musical tastes. Fantastic question, John, of course. Anything that gets us talking about music or TV or film is always going to be a surefire win.
I can read them better around here.
Can you?
Yeah.
Angie, hard rock, heavy metal is my thing. Yeah, this is always my go-to be honest, when I pick the guitar up, particularly when I pick up the electric guitar. 9 times out of 10, I will always head towards playing something that's quite heavy and quite chuggy. You know what I mean?
Chuggy?
Head Rider, Jeff Buckley, Nirvana, Nick Drake, Rage Against the Machine, The Prodigy, Idols, on and on and on. We would get on, well, we already know. I don't even need to say it. I was going to say we would get on so well musical taste-wise.
Jeff Buckley, I know that name.
Yeah, Jeff Buckley. I'm not familiar with a huge amount of stuff, but Jeff Buckley did Hallelujah, I think. Hallelujah. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, Ben and the Carpenters are amazing.
Carpenters, amazing.
I was introduced to the Carpenters. Get this, here's a good story for you. It's dead interesting. I was introduced to the Carpenters.
Night, Bella.
Because when I worked at Butlins in Bognor Regis in '87, the girl in the chalet above me, who was getting shagged by her boyfriend, were playing the Carpenters, and I was trying to focus on the music and not the sound of them chuffing. And I was a bit embarrassed afterwards, and it was a beautiful day. So when she came out onto the balcony having a fag, and I was already underneath, because I lived underneath her, I was like, what was that music you were playing? It was fabulous. And she was like, oh, it's the Carpenters. So she introduced me to the Carpenters. Then she introduced me to the music from La Cage aux Folles. She had that as well on a cassette. And I bought 2 cassettes in Portsmouth the very next week on my day off.
There you go.
I bought 3 actually. I bought The Jazz Singer, Neil Diamond, La Cage aux Folles, original broadcast recording, and the Carpenters album. I think it was the Carpenters, the singles.
Nice. What, actually, to extend this conversation just for a moment, what was the first piece of music you ever bought? Not was bought for you. What was the first piece of music that you took your money and laid down and paid for? Mine was Iron Maiden, Life After Death. It was a twin cassette live recording. So there you go.
Mine was AC/DC, Highway to Hell, because the shop where I'd gone for a hamster didn't have any, but they sold records, and somebody had told me that AC/DC meant bisexual. So I bought it.
I'm more intrigued by the fact that the shop used to exist that sold records and hamsters.
In Failsworth.
Amazing. Amazing. Nicola says, eclectic taste is great. I grew up playing classical music in junior philharmonic orchestra, but my taste goes from Beethoven to Nine Inch Nails. Love that.
Excellent. That's
yeah,
how it should be.
Megan, love metal and rock.
Radiohead, pure class. And thanks again for that wonderful vegan brownie recipe. Hey, no worries, Hoosty. Favourite Radiohead song for me is Subterranean Homesick Alien.
Oh, yeah.
The guitar part in that, I can't be stood up when it comes on.
Graven, my range is satanic music to K-pop. I love that. I love that guy. I have such broad, sweeping tastes.
And we're into J-pop, but only one particular band, a trio of girls called Perfume.
Oh yeah, Perfume. Yeah,
they're brilliant. Look them up.
Don't have a clue what the lineup is, Caroline, for Glastonbury. To be honest, it's always been one of those festivals that I've always kind of respected, but at the same time, I would never want to experience because it would just be too big for both of us. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, a little bit wary.
And there's rumours it's going to get cancelled, possibly, or postponed.
Well, they've cancelled Vegan Life Light the weekend, haven't they? By the way, if anyone's on Instagram and you follow Ananda's Foods, you remember we did the taste test, the marshmallows and the
wagon wheels,
gourmet wagon wheels. Well, they've got 25% off at the moment, but for 1 week only. You'd have to go to their Instagram to find out what code you have to use. But they made a load of stuff for Vegan Life Light and it's been cancelled. So they've got all this stuff to get rid of.
25% off is a great discount as well. Really good. And Angie says, Little Angels, Wayward Sons, Thunder are particular favourites, but I've seen many great rock bands over the years. I bet. I'm still gutted that I never got a chance to see Iron Maiden live in the heyday.
I think we're frozen.
Well, should we take a little pause and hope that it comes back in a second?
Oh, it did.
It's usually
fine.
just a buffer.
It was
Lisa, Placebo, yes.
Sorry about the blip. That was a blip.
I'm going to scroll
A terrible blip. It's surprising. Who likes the Carpenters? Such varied people with different tastes. Well, the thing is with Karen, bless her. I love Karen. I love Karen Carpenter. No one's ever been able to mimic that voice, have they? Such a unique voice she had.
Also, I would say that exactly the same applies to I was going to say the ABBA. Why would I say that? ABBA. It's the same thing. People from all walks of life, people you would expect, people you would not expect in a million years to be huge ABBA fans, and that speaks to just how epic and amazing ABBA were, and possibly still are. Who knows? Hedge saw Radiohead at Glastonbury in '97. It was pretty magical. I bet it was. Yeah, that was.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the year we met.
Mm-hmm.
That was the year.
So that would have been the.
We met in the January that year.
They would have been doing all the stuff off OK Computer then.
Yeah, and
Glastonbury.
we were a couple by the June.
Fabulous. Simran, you might be able to answer this. I'm not sure. I don't know. Is the Wing Yip tinned mock chicken as good as the frozen ones? Have we had the tinned yet? From Wing Yip?
No, we've had the tinned pork style. That was all right. That actually best chicken alternative that we've found so far is the chicken style pieces that you can get from Iceland and now Asda as well. The Noble. So good. Somebody suggested actually that, because I've always like done them with curries and stuff, and so kind of cooked them through a bit first and then, you know, built the curry around it. But somebody said to me to try just the pieces just roasted in the oven. Ooh, they're good.
Kunst Chippy. Hi guys, so nice to hear northern accents again. We are Mank and just recently moved to London. Oh, bless yous. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the northern accents, and I hope you're enjoying London as well. And thank you for joining us.
Oh, there is a singer who sings like Captain Rumour. Well, that's her name, Rumour.
Oh, Tom, Buddy Holly. Yeah, absolutely. Judas Priest and Heart was my first concert, Sherry. Oh, wow. So Judas Priest was like the first band you ever saw live. That's epic. I love that. Thank you, Bobby. I think we smashed it on the likes versus watchers this evening, which is very, very nice. Tom, I saw Radiohead in a big tent in about 99-2000, was right at the front and was the best musical experience I've ever had. Doesn't surprise me at all, Tom. Doesn't surprise me at all. I've heard so many people speak so passionately about Radiohead live performances. Of course, Freddie Mercury. Yeah, James Lynch. Amazing.
Grease, the album. Oh, I've got so many soundtracks. Love soundtracks and musical theatre. Love them. Love the soundtrack for Rent, the film version. Brilliant soundtrack.
John, calling occupants of Interplanetary Craft, both of our favourites with the Carpenters, and funnily enough, actually taught one of my guitar students, how to play it just a few months ago. It's actually a really complicated song to play. It's like 5 songs in one. You've got to kind of learn it like little manageable chunks at a time.
Freddie Mercury, of course, James Lynch, he was incredible. Queen were, just in general. But yeah, Freddie's voice was outstanding.
Oh, Sum 41, Zeus Smith. We loved Sum 41 for the time that they were around, and then I think they had a comeback about a year ago or 18 months ago. They kind of came back and did another tour and that. But loved Sum 41. They were brilliant. They were really good and really talented as well. Cracking guitarist. I love that bit in the video where he comes out of the water doing the guitar solo.
We've got another Perfume fan.
Hey!
I think mine would have to be, only because I'm really into uplifting songs, because they really help me when I'm feeling down. I could put one on and I'm like, where? So Future Pop. Love it. I've got the Future Pop album, and there's quite a few of their videos in our favourite music playlist.
Yeah, absolutely.
On here.
Yeah. Our favourite music playlist gives some indication as to how diverse our tastes are.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh, nice one, Alloy. Yeah, no, don't blame you at all. You go and play your video games. Definitely.
Oh, nice one, Ally. What are you playing, by the way?
Yeah, what you playing? Anything good?
We've been...
Simran, no, not especially. I can appreciate it for what it is. I can appreciate it for the movement and the talent. The movement as in, not the physical movement, I mean the movement and the talent involved, but doesn't particularly float my boat.
And I love that one. They're justified and they're ancient. Remember that one?
No.
I've played it for you before because I've sung it to you before. And you...
I vaguely recognise it from you singing it then.
Justified and they're ancient. I hope you understand.
That makes sense actually, Simran. I can totally get on board with that. Some say grime is the new punk. Totally get that. Yeah.
Punk's a funny one though, isn't it? Because it's like, oh yes, ABC, Yazoo.
Oh wow, people are proper blast from the past here. KLF. KLF is gonna rock you.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, Graham, that's amazing. Saw The Cure at Hyde Park a couple of years ago. Incredible. Featured so much on my life soundtrack along with New Order, Bowie, Radiohead, etc. Absolutely. How can we not mention Bowie?
It was quite the political statement, Johnny, wasn't it? If it was real. Do you think it was?
Who knows?
Oh, we've got threats going on in here now. Bobby's threatening to go and raid John's box.
Oh dear. Paolo, thank you for joining us from a quarantined coronavirus Lisbon. Bless you.
Oh yeah.
Hope all is well over there. I really do. We started off the chat tonight.
Oh, is Portugal quarantined as well? I knew Spain was, but Portugal and Spain are separate, aren't they? Well, I mean, they're touch, but they're governed separately.
Yeah.
Are they governed separately? Or have I just got that completely wrong?
I'm not sure, you know.
We've been to Portugal
Yeah.
several times.
Somebody just mentioned Rammstein. Absolutely. Yeah. Love Rammstein. Love everything they stand for. Love the fact that they push the equality, equal rights, gay rights, LGBTQ stuff. Love all of that about Rammstein, and love the music as well and the whole pyrotechnical performances. Some people are mentioning stuff I've never heard of, which is great because it means I can go back through the live chat and maybe look up a couple of these. Tartex Elliot. Hedge says, I love Tartex Elliot.
Yeah, Tartex used to be Elliot was just talking about a pate that he used to get from, well, I think he got it from Amazon.
Right.
But yeah, it's a
Sorry.
It's a pate.
I thought it was a band or an artist. I apologise.
There are many conversations about it.
It's been a long week. Oh dear.
Gabba is all I listen to. Been into it since I was 12. Gabba.
Gabba. I've heard that expression in musical terms before, but I've no idea what the genre is. Is it a type of fast rap? Like street rap? Or am I making myself sound like a 95-year-old man there saying that? Not that I would be bothered, but yeah. Enlighten us, Johnny Chaos. Enlighten us about Gabba. Abseiling, Civil Lions, Portugal and Spain separate, but yes, we are locked down here in Spain too. Nobody on streets, it's silent. Fair enough.
I wish they'd do it here, to be honest. It's they could save a lot of lives, but they're talking about this herd immunity thing. Basically, that it would be wise for much of the population over here to get it, to develop immunity to it.
Johnny, I know
from one person, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think a couple now.
Or hardcore techno. See, now some techno I'm all right with.
Not 250 beats per minute.
Oh wow.
Isn't that the stuff the SAS uses in it's training you to be able to withstand interrogations, along with like crying babies and stuff?
Is it garage that I don't mind? That's very beaty and
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Ella Fitzgerald, amazing. What a Dude, what a diverse bunch of folk.
Love yous all. Love how diverse all of this chat is, and all of the conversation. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Some pretty dark, hardcore music out there. Oh yeah, they do, Johnny. Nice one.
What is the band called? Decide, and the song's called Oh God.
Maybe. I know there's some proper, like, underground, like, seriously heavy, occasionally disturbing bands out there that are not really on my radar, but I was kind of aware of them.
Good night, Cat.
Night, night, Cat.
And please do give your daughter a big hug from us.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
say we said yay. And we'll see you soon.
Angie, I think it's probably the only genre that I struggle to get on board with, but still occasionally like music in that style country. Occasionally. But yeah, it's one genre I do struggle to really fully get on board with. Fully appreciate it and respect it. And there's so many different kind of sub-genres of country, which I get that as well. It's not just kind of like Dolly Parton and everything that sort of Dolly does. I get that.
Des O'Connor, get out. Do you know what?
Get out, John.
Do you know who I used to love? Max Bygraves. Mum and Dad gave me a Max Bygraves album when I was a kid, and I loved it. It had I'm a pink toothbrush, you're a blue toothbrush, won't you marry me in haste? You're a pink toothbrush, and a pink toothbrush, that we both use the same toothpaste. And there was another one about they've stacked parking meters outside our doors for greeters. Now things ain't what they used to be.
Yeah, Bobby, yeah. Exactly. It's what I have to put up with every day. Every day.
Max who dat? Max Bygraves. Oh dear. It's fabulous.
Good stuff.
There's O'Connor.
I know. I say it in jest.
He willingly walked down the aisle. That's the strange bit. And I wouldn't mind, I said to him backstage before Bobby, I said, once we go down the aisle, that's it. No, there's no escape. There's no getting out of this. You walk down there willingly.
It's true. It's true that. It's all true. And like Paul said before about how we meet in the middle when it comes to our musical tastes, it's an amazing thing. Whilst we're on the subject of music, I'm going to tease here and ask our 84 people who are watching right now. We are on the cusp over the next couple of weeks of potentially doing a duet. So, not going to tell you the song or the style of music, but would people be interested in seeing me and Paul on video singing a duet together? I would hope most people would be like, yeah, but I bet someone like John or someone like that is like, no, it made me sick. Remainers, of course, Simran. Remainers, yeah. If you couldn't guess from our general attitude on this channel.
What was that famous song of theirs, John? Peters and Lee?
I don't know. I probably know some of the stuff, but as in like, and I've heard of Peters and Lee before.
He was blind. Oh. He was a blind guy. She had long blonde straight hair.
Right.
What was their famous song, John?
I think you and John are a bit older than me. Pet Shop Boys, Paolo. Yeah, bit of Pet Shop Boys. Why not?
Come on, John. You have to tell me now. What?
Hi, Roxanne.
What was their one, like, majorly famous song? Welcome home. Thank you, Michael. Welcome.
Oh, okay.
Come on in and close the door.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
You've been gone too long. Welcome, you're home once more.
Oh, Little
It's funny,
Acorns.
someone just has to mention the title and the full song comes back.
Faith No More. Yes. Yeah, Faith No More. Epic. No pun intended.
Were they the ones that sang Fuck You, I Won't Do What You Tell Me?
No, that's Rage Against the Machine.
Oh,
No,
have a gripe
Faith
against
No
that.
More were let's think of one. Well, for a start, it's Mike Patton, and he did the cover of Lionel Richie's Easy. Easy like Sunday morning. They covered that, Faith No More. But they did loads of other cool songs as well, of course.
Oh yeah. Save your love, my darling, save your love. Oh, you know that I will. I love that one as well, but that was John's right, Renee Renata.
We've got to be quite careful about the types of songs that we choose, Paolo, just because of, you know, some songs are more difficult to sing than others, and some songs are more difficult, have got much more difficult harmonies in than others. So we've got to be a little bit selective and a little bit careful about what we choose. But yeah, that is probably going to happen at some point soon.
Oh, go on to Big T, that's the plan. It's going to be a little vlog, the duet.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I wasn't clear. That was what I meant. Yeah, we're going to video it.
Not just a recorded song. No, we're actually going to do it probably in the front room.
Oh, Megan, yes. Have you heard of Sting's Shape of My Heart? Love that. Love most of what Sting does, as long as it doesn't involve Shaggy. And I'll say no more about that, because if I start, I won't stop. So I'll just stop now. But yeah, love Sting, absolutely. Rarely puts a foot wrong musically. Rarely. Although I think I was a little bit, I don't know how bang on it was for him to kind of promote his last album as being like a return to rock, and it being a rock album, because it really isn't a rock album.
I don't mind Shaggy, I just don't like him with Sting.
Mm.
Because it's kind of like, oh no guys, no. Although Sting does have rap a lot in his songs.
Well, Sting...
He did that whole French... French rapper.
Yeah, and a lot of that, I get the connection, because the Police had ska reggae influences and that sort of style. I get the connection, I just don't like the connection. It's just my humble opinion. The Police as a band were amazing. I think the fact that they were on, I think this happens for a lot of bands. I mean, look at Noel and Liam Gallagher. I think bands that are on the cusp of constantly punching each other out often put out the best music and do the best performances, because there's so much aggression and adrenaline and just fueling all that fire, that often you get the best performances ever. Helen, I thought you said shagging. Yeah, totally agree, Bobby. It's all like yoga and tantric sex.
I don't know the words to that, The Miracle of Love, except that bit. The Miracle of Love. Eurythmics.
Pink Floyd, yeah.
Favourite Eurythmics song?
Sweet Dreams. Sorry to be cliche, but yeah, probably is one of my favourites.
Mine's actually a really unusual one, and I bet a lot of people won't remember it. It was called Julia. When the leaves turn from green to brown.
Oh, bless you, mate. It's a lovely thing to say.
And autumn shades come tumbling down. Julia, to leave a carpet on the ground. Beautiful song.
Vaguely,
Beautiful song. So incredible.
Somebody just asked about an Oasis reunion. Who asked about an Oasis? Caroline, are you interested in an Oasis reunion? Yes, because I think it would be magical in a way, but I think it was Noel Gallagher or Liam who recently said it just wouldn't be the same because of everybody with the mobile phones, and I actually 100% agree. I'm up for an Oasis reunion if mobile phones are banned. There, I've said it. Controversial. Yeah.
Oh, Sherry, Ludovic, absolutely incredible. We discovered him after our first trip to Tenerife. Somebody made a time-lapse video from Mount Teide, which is the volcano on Tenerife. This incredible, beautiful video, and they used a piece of music from his album. So we bought the album. Do you remember?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, unbelievable. We both had a little cry about that, didn't we? When we come back off holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Depeche
Mode.
Also like the piano guys.
Oh, yeah.
If anyone remembers Simon the Ogre from the Thompson TV commercial, Going on Holiday, that was one of their songs, and we bought their album on the strength of that. But this is what I say, it's always random. It might be a piece of music I hear on a commercial, in a film, in a TV series, and straight away I'm just like, that's amazing. I need that piece of music in my life. I did the same watching Sunshine.
Oh, yeah. Amazing film. Danny.
And the music to Sunshine is incredible, but there's one particular piece of music in it when they're all stood in the viewing window looking at Mercury.
Absolutely, Bobby.
Tingles head to toes.
You beat me to it. Megan Stuffin, you like it. That's all that matters. Couldn't agree more. Simran, good night. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Good night, Simran.
Hey, John.
Thanks.
You legend.
Wuthering Heights as a duet. Jason. Paul.
John, I haven't got the falsetto for Wuthering Heights anymore like I used to. Back in the day, I used to sing like Him Out of the Darkness, Justin Hawkins.
John, do you know who can sing that? Miasma.
Miasma can smash Wuthering Heights out of the park. So
let's give him a quick blast, though.
Please don't take your super chat back, though, and then give it to Stuart. That'd be a horrible thing to do. I can't do it. I'm serious. I don't even know it.
Just do it a different
You do it.
Out on the winding, windy more sweet, and falling free.
Yeah.
I know the tune. You had a temper, no, like my jealousy, too hot, too greedy. That's all I know. How could you leave me when I needed to protect you? I hated you, I loved you too. Bad dreams in the night told me I was going to lose the fight. None down, wandering heights.
It's true, John. Not my style, mate, as you've probably gathered.
I quite enjoyed that.
Whilst we're on the subject of music and and bands, I can't stop talking about music and bands without mentioning a slight guilty pleasure of mine. I even feel bad that I've not listened to them for a while. Def Leppard. Gotta say it, Def Leppard. When I discovered Def Leppard in my early teens, just absolutely loved it.
Yeah, Ashleen, the duet with Kate Bush. Don't give up, you still have friends. That one, innit? Don't give up.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Beautiful song, beautiful.
Rex Trex, we probably have both got pretty high pain thresholds, to be fair, and I love the sound of that.
Wow.
I got one on my chest, it hurt like a mother. It's a comm badge from Star Trek. Love that. I'm assuming you've had it done, like, on the side or on the centre. I'm guessing on the side. Yeah, I've got that one as well.
Yeah.
That kind of hurt, but it wasn't that bad.
Show me sides.
Sides hurt the most.
These are like, why would anyone do this on both sides, though? Right up the ribs.
Yeah. We've said we'll do a tat vlog at some point. We'll do a proper tat vlog at some point. Sorry for getting my titties out, by the way. I should have warned you beforehand. I'm sorry if I've offended anybody.
What song would you guys symbolise yourself? If someone heard it, they would instantly think of you. I would like to think,
That's a difficult question. It's a great question.
I would like to think, Olive, You're Not Alone, for me, because it's always been, it's when I first heard it, which was around the time me and Jason first met, when I was kind of like partly in love with a guy called Ben, and then I met Jason. But Ben introduced me to that song, and I loved that song so much, and it became my head. I know this sounds random. It became my head song from Gemini to me, and it's always been that to me. So
yeah, I get that.
I would think that, or anything from Barbra Streisand.
I don't know. I think because of, like we've just been discussing for like the last 20 minutes, half an hour, such diverse, eclectic stuff. I think anything sort of nostalgic for me from the time when I started playing guitar and the bands of music that I was into that helped me learn to play the guitar, all of that music around that time is kind of synonymous with me. So a lot of the Beatles songs, Green Day, Nirvana, all around that sort of similar time, Oasis, loads of bands and music all clumped in together that kind of helped me to learn guitar. So yeah, anything like that really. Oh, there's a little bug that's just landed on the light. Can you see it?
I can. Like a tiny. It looks like one of those little tiny black beetles.
Yeah. Nice.
Hello, friend.
There you go. Oh, Adventures of Kate. Thanks for the live chat today, guys. But going to love you and leave you to get some ingredients to make dumplings. Have a lovely weekend.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for joining us. Well, we're going to start bringing this to a close now because we do want to watch our movie.
We do.
Don't we, before it gets too late.
We certainly do.
But we really did want to just come on and have a lovely chat with you all. It's always lovely to do so.
It really is. Yeah. It's nice to just touch base with you all.
Oh, Ross came across our Festive Wellington video and made it and really enjoyed it. Fabulous. And the great thing about that Wellington is you can pretty much, now you know how to do it, you can replace anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to put the cranberry sauce in. You could do it with sausage and mash. Why have I never made a sausage and mash pastry plat?
Don't know.
Sausage and black olive mash.
With the olives, yeah.
Yeah, but then vegan bacon over the top of the mash, and then the pastry plat. New recipe video coming up soon.
My favourite's still the breakfast. The breakfast plat is definitely still my favourite of all time. Night vivid dreams.
Night vivid dreams.
Indeed. Quick final question for you to answer.
What
happens to tofu when you freeze it?
It goes firmer. But really, you've got to press it first because otherwise it's just the water in it that freezes. So press it either in your press. There's one in our description. Future, brilliant press. If you buy it from Amazon, we get a couple of pence. But you can just put it between two tea towels and put pans on top of it. Get as much water out as you can. Freeze it. Then when you defrost it, it's much more chickeny. Really.
Definitely changes the texture, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah. Definitely. So.
See Bridge to. Oh, seen it. Rex Tracks.
Yeah, it's good.
Seen it. Is it
teeny, slightly teeny movie.
Oh, but it's sweet though.
Is it fair to say?
I've just kind of, it's just all come back to me. Yeah, because it starts off with doesn't it start off with a boy and a girl playing outside near a. Well, what's that one where they've got the house floating in space? And there's little meteors coming in and everything. That was another pretty good one. We quite like kids' films, me and Jason. We're quite childlike.
Was that the second Jumanji film?
No.
Because it was a board game they were playing, wasn't it? That's why they were in space in the house.
Was it?
It might have been the second Jumanji one. Anyway, we said we were wrapping things up. We've gone from talking about vegan stuff to Corona to music to films. People are saying goodnight to us and we're carrying on talking.
Tonight we're going to be watching the
new Terminator.
The newest Terminator.
I'm looking forward to finding out why Arnold Schwarzenegger is in it as an old Terminator. What's all that about? I'm intrigued to know. So yes, thank you, wonderful, wonderful people for joining us.
Don't know that one, Paolo.
Thank you for the wonderful chat,
yes,
as always.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Joe, for the super chat. Thank you to our lovely mods for making sure that we've got nice people watching, not swearing and saying horrible things like "you stink poo."
Thank you for the musical reminders, the musical suggestions, the sharing of positivity. Yeah, all of that stuff. It warms our hearts, and we hope that it warms everybody else's hearts as well. Definitely.
Yeah, thanks. So thank you. We'll just give everyone a chance to say good night, because that's always a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
And I shall be back on Monday with a kitchen vlog on my bike after I've had my slim fast. I might be crying. I doubt it.
There we go.
So yeah, lots of love to everyone. Sleep well. You can have Jason as a goodbye tonight while I turn off.
Can I say what you normally say then?
Oh,
I've never said it before. No, you say it. It feels weird.
well, how's about I say it? Until next time, be excellent to yourself and each other.
I'm going to sit here now and just look at you.